Now on CoastTV News.
Temperatures are dropping.
It's definitely cold and the wind just makes it feel worse.
How people on the coast are preparing. Road work and worries.
It's a zoo in the summertime.
Some neighbors avoid the congested area in Selbyville, while others just want a solution.
Some Sunday snow on the way. Looks like a minor system bringing some light accumulations. I'll take a look at that potential. Also, very cold into early next week. Forecast details coming up.
This is CoastTV News at 6.
Winds blowing through Sussex County. Good evening. I'm Charlie Sakaitis. Welcome to our News at 6. Our top story tonight is cold air settling on Delmarva. Temperatures are dropping and people are already feeling the chill from bundling up to worrying about rising heating bills. The cold weather is forcing many to adjust their daily routines. CoastTV News reporter Nicole Richter shows us how people are preparing.
The cold is hard to ignore, with biting winds, falling temperatures, and layers going on.
I will be honest, I'm not a fan of the cold.
For many, even a short walk outside now requires extra layers, with coats, hats, and gloves quickly becoming necessities.
It's definitely cold and the wind just makes it feel worse. And now that we've walked up here from where we parked, I definitely wish I had my coat on.
Some visitors say preparation is key. Lisa Ruff says she's been through all of this before.
We've already got tracks that we put on our sneakers so that if we have to walk on the ice or the boardwalk or walk into town for dinner, we're very well protected. So we've come very prepared for cold weather.
As temperatures stay low, some say they're also keeping a close eye on heating bills. And across Sussex County, cold temperatures are changing daily routines.
It was really cold, so we kind of just stayed in. But for the most part, all you got to do is get dressed up and just, you deal with the weather as it comes.
For now, winter is settling in and making the coast home, leaving us all to dream about those hot summer days.
With wind chills making it feel even colder, many people are saying that they're preparing for the unexpected and that this is just another part of winter. In Rehoboth Beach, I'm Nicole Richter, Coast TV News.
And this is a live look into the Lewis area tonight as we check in with our First Alert meteorologist Bob Trihey, who looks at the weather tonight.
Good evening, Charlie. It was a cold Friday. Highs only in the mid-30s. We should be in the mid-40s this time of year. Right now, we're hovering around freezing or below. Long Neck 30, 32 in Georgetown. Gumboro 33. Milton right now at 31 degrees. Winds have swung around to the southwest. They're light, but still, that feels like temperature a couple degrees colder than the actual temperature in the 20s and 30s. So make sure you bundle up. As we're looking at mostly clear skies, I think clouds will increase as we go through the evening. Some snow aloft has dried up back to our west, but there's a stronger front back to the west across the Midwest, and that will bring a chance of a few rain showers as we go into tomorrow. But as we go into this evening, temperatures are cold into the mid-30s, but then as clouds increase and the winds pick up overnight, I think those temperatures will be staying above freezing as we go into Saturday morning. So your evening planner, lower 30s early on this evening, and then those southerly winds picking up, and then we're into the mid-30s. So what to expect? A cold and dry Friday evening on the way. Slightly milder Saturday, some brief rain showers, temperatures back in the 40s, and we're watching the coast on Sunday for a period of snow, possibly rain at times, and that rain definitely could knock down accumulations. Not looking like a big system, but it's a coastal system. We'll watch it, and I'll break it down much more coming up a little bit later on.
Thank you, Bob. And this brings us right into our Coast TV poll. We want to know what part of the cold weather is most concerning to you. Let's take a look at the updated results from the last news hour. And it looks like high heating costs, that remains the top dog here, 63%. Walking the dog, that's at just 5%. Driving conditions, only 1%. People don't seem too concerned. And dry skin getting 31% of the vote. If you want to comment or if you want to go vote, go to coasttv.com or use our mobile app. We'll show you updated results tonight at 11. We have an update on Corporal Matthew Ty Snook, who was shot and killed while working an overtime shift at the Wilmington DMV just before Christmas. According to Delaware State Police, Ram Rose, the suspect the Delaware State Police identified previously, told those who knew him that he believed the police were targeting him and that law enforcement was coming after him. He also had posted an anti-police post on social media and expressed that he was a victim of gang stalking. The investigation found that Rose had limited contact with Delaware law enforcement in the year prior to the shooting, but none of those contacts were criminal in nature or involved Corporal Snook. We have much more on this and the shooting itself right now on CoastTV.com. Speaking of, the Rehoboth Beach Barbell Club is hosting an event honoring Corporal Matthew Ty Snook. According to their Facebook page, the Lift in Honor takes place tomorrow, January 17th, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., bringing people together through powerlifting and fitness challenges. The club says all participants donate directly to the official fundraiser supporting Corporal Snook's young family. And new tonight, the Back the Blue event that was scheduled for Sunday, January 18th, the one at Hudson Fields in Milton, that's now been canceled due to the forecasted snow and extreme cold. The event was to honor Delaware State Police Corporal Matthew Ty Snook. The video you see here is from the event they did in Newark earlier this month. They say they're currently working to reschedule the event and will announce the new date as soon as it's confirmed. Lighthouse Road continues to see traffic in and off season and has more growth on the way. Specifically, the intersection of Lighthouse Road and West Fenwick Boulevard is one of the hot spots for traffic along the main drive. With construction underway bringing more business to the intersection, it could become even more crammed. Neighbors in the area told Coast TV that they have some other paths they take.
Well, I just plan around it. So if I have to go to the grocery store, I go during the non-peak time.
I don't want it getting any worse because I moved here from Rockville, Bethesda, Maryland to get away from congestion.
Some of the locals in Selbyville we talked to are hoping somebody pumps the brakes a little bit on growth, but others don't seem to mind. Radon gas, ever heard of it? It is a naturally occurring underground gas. It's odorless, it's tasteless, but it is the second leading cause of lung cancer in the country. Bob Trihe shows us how you can test for it.
Always wise to keep an eye on what your radon levels are. So
Anthony Marioni has been a radon specialist for 30 years. He's seeing a higher demand for testing in southern Delaware.
it's those people moving from out of state, Washington, D.C., Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and testing because they're familiar with where they were from. Now they're testing here, and now we're seeing elevated levels at the beach. And it's always been with us.
Marioni says radon is a naturally occurring gas that builds below ground, especially in rocky soils. But it is also found in sandy soils in our area.
In Delaware, the highest we've tested was 175 picocuries. And the EPA guideline is 4. So we're elevated, but not crazy elevated. Most of the homes are usually between 4 and 20 picocuries, which is not high, crazy high.
You can test for radon with using a kit much like this, a charcoal-based one, and you can find these at your favorite hardware store. Marioni says there's also other ways to test for radon.
We do electronic testing, so it measures the radon levels every hour. So if a storm front comes through, sometimes those radon levels will spike on certain homes. Not all homes will do that.
When testing at home, Marioni says to make sure you're testing away from drafts and make sure to have windows closed 12 hours prior and during the test.
You don't want to put it in a kitchen or a laundry room where there's ventilation, sucking air out of the home, or a bathroom. Most likely family room where you're spending more time, or a bedroom.
Sue White's a radon gas consultant. She says testing varies depending on the season.
You're closed up. It's cold out, the house is closed up. If you have radon levels, they're going to be higher than in the spring, summer, fall when you're in and out of the house more.
White suggests a 90-day test.
Like March, April, May, so you're kind of starting to change into the seasons, and you see what you averaged over those 90 days.
For Coast TV, I'm Bob Trihe.
A spill from Millsboro's sewer system has the Indian River Bay closed off for shellfish harvesting. DENREC estimates more than 25,000 gallons of wastewater has been spilled from Millsboro's wastewater treatment plant. Officials say they first found the spill yesterday, but they're unsure when it first began. Leaders say that this is the result of mechanical failure. Our own Coast Copter caught crews on site fixing the damage earlier today. We spoke with people who work in the shellfish industry, and they say nothing we eat should be affected, but it is leaving some frustrated over the potential environmental impacts.
We work hard to keep the bays clean. The oysters are doing a lot of work in the bays to, restore what we have here and to bring more life into the bay. So when you see news like this, it's super disheartening and definitely a step back.
Millsboro officials did not respond to our request for comment today. DNREC says the shellfish harvest enclosure will last for 3 weeks, but that doesn't start until the spill is patched. The agency says they will keep everybody updated on when that final date ends up being. DNREC also says that they are assessing the incident and will issue any fines or penalties if that's needed. We're just getting started this evening. A car crash in Millsboro left a road closed for some time yesterday.
We only managed to get up to 36 for the high today. Average is 45, low of 23. The record won back in 1982. Congratulations to Dennis Halford from Lewis on winning a new umbrella from Paul Davis and Coast TV. We've got some snow heading our way on Sunday. It looks like a minor system. I'll talk about accumulation coming up a little bit later on.
But first, MLK weekend is packed with cool things to do. Stay tuned for a look at events across the region. We're going to be back in 60 seconds.
This is Coast TV News at 6.
It's another winter weekend on Coast TV, but there's no shortage of cool things to do in the off-season. Coast TV's Christina DeRobertis highlights the annual celebrations, plus some new events happening this weekend.
It is Martin Luther King Jr. weekend, and there are lots of ways to honor the civil rights hero. One event doubles as a celebration of rhythm and blues. Music and history will all fill the Ocean City Convention Center for Dreamfest. Also at Epworth United Methodist Church in Rehoboth, a night of music honoring Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. That's happening Friday at 7 p.m. The celebration features soul, gospel, and classic hits, and our Paul Williams is emceeing the event. In Lewis, you can get hands-on at a cake decorating workshop at the Lewis Public Library. That's Saturday starting at 1:30. You'll learn basics like frosting and piping and go home with your own creation. In South Bethany, Misaki Sushi is hosting a roll your own sushi class. That's Saturday at 5. You'll learn how to make 2 rolls with ingredients and sake included. And in downtown Dover, it's Dover Winterfest this weekend. There's going to be food vendors, art, culture, even live ice sculpting. Just visit coasttv.com and click on cool things to do for event tickets, details, and more.
We saw a lot of sunshine to wrap up the week, but it really didn't help because it was really cold out there today. 36 in Salisbury and Georgetown for the high, the same for Cambridge. 37 in Ocean City. Right now we're taking a look at the tunnel and razor cam. It's going to be cold this evening. At least the winds are lighter with temperatures falling from the 30s into the 20s, and then it becomes active into the weekend. Maybe some rain showers on Saturday, and then we're watching the coast on Sunday for a little bit of snow and rain. Rain that could keep accumulations down. Temperatures now 31 in Milton, 31 in Redden, 33 in Delmar, Ocean City 35, Bethany Beach at 34. Winds have turned around to the southwestern, not especially strong, but it doesn't take a lot of wind to knock down that feels like temperature. It feels like 20s and low 30s right now. And our precipitation chances increase tomorrow to about 14%. And then the best chance is Sunday at 57% with some snow and some rain as well. This evening we're mostly clear, but I think clouds will increase as we go through the evening hours. Had a little bit of snow aloft earlier, but it's very dry. But then this frontal system could give us some rain showers tomorrow, and then a big trough that is digging in. We'll see that system develop along the coast as we go into the weekend. That will give us that chance for snow as we go into Sunday, and then bitterly cold air follows that front into early next week. This evening we're in the 30s. We're looking at winds out of the southwest and clouds increasing. That should keep temperatures from tanking. In fact, by tomorrow morning we're in the mid to upper 30s. Then we're into the the 40s Saturday morning, and maybe a few rain showers with the disturbance. And then as we go into tomorrow night, clouds thicken up. Then here comes that system. Now, it could initially start as some rain Sunday morning with temperatures in the mid to upper 30s. And then evaporative cooling, I think, changes it to snow as we go into Sunday. Some of that snow will be steady, but no temperatures are above freezing. So maybe sticking to grassy surfaces and metal objects and things like that. But I think with temperatures above freezing, I think the road should be okay. Then that snow starts to clear out as we go into Sunday evening. But you look farther south, it's mainly rain for a good part of this event while it's snow over us. And that snow continues into Sunday evening, and then it starts to wind down as we go into Sunday night. I'm expecting about a coating to an inch of snow across Sussex County, a little more along the coast, a little less farther to the west. Along the eastern shore, you could see just a coating there, and maybe about an inch or two from Ocean Pines to Snow Hill and points south and west. Really depends on how much rain mixes in. It gets really cold next week, Monday through Wednesday, 20s and 30s, wind chills in the single digits and teens, and we're going to be feeling like single digits Tuesday morning and then again Wednesday morning as well. 29 tonight, partly cloudy, not as cold, and then 48 tomorrow, cloudy and milder, a few showers, and then that rain and snow on Sunday, 38. MLK Day, 39, and then really cold middle teens Tuesday into Wednesday morning. Then a little warmer after that into the 40s beginning Wednesday.
Thank you, Bob. The Indian River Volunteer Fire Company says that they responded to a two-car crash near Millsboro. The call came in as a reported entrapment after a collision, but crews quickly confirmed nobody was trapped. The crash involved a green Buick Enclave and a black Ford F-150, both with damage. Mount Joy Road was temporarily closed while emergency crews worked the scene.
The Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Good evening, folks. Happy Friday. With MLB opening day slowly creeping up, it feels fitting that we got some baseball news. And one of the longest tenured Phillies has agreed to stay home. Phillies catcher JT Realmuto agreed to a 3-year, $45 million deal earlier today. Realmuto has been with the Phillies since 2019, and should he finish out this contract, will have spent a decade in Philadelphia. Last season, the catcher hit just .257 with just 12 homers and 52 RBIs, but of course, Realmuto's defense shined as usual with a league-leading 1.83 second average pop time to second base and over 1,100 innings caught. Over on the hardwood, the UMES men are in action tomorrow afternoon against Coppin State. The Hawks are off to an undefeated 3-0 start, with 2 of their wins being by double digits. Most recently, the men went on the road and pulled out a narrow 4-point victory against Norfolk State. The last time the men got off to a start like this, they weren't even a Division I program. So starting 4-0 would be described as uncharted territory, to put it one way. You can watch the men take on Coppin State live on DSN tomorrow afternoon with Kayla Santiago and Frankie Allen at 4:30 p.m. That'll do it for sports. Have a great night.
If you're out and about this evening, bundle up. Temperatures dropping below freezing for a time, and then those southerly winds pick up, and we'll see mid-30s overnight with increasing clouds. Call the First Alert Weather Phone. Your forecast just a call away. Sponsored by Brockstead, Mandalis, Federico. Your Paul Davis 10-day forecast. Now, it gets mild into Saturday, 48 degrees. Could see a few showers. Then we'll see that coastal low on Sunday. Right now, we're thinking about coating to an inch of snow, a little more farther south. It depends how much rain mixes in. And then MLK Day 39, then it gets really cold, mid-teens as we go into Tuesday and Wednesday morning. I think Tuesday's the coldest day of the year, 28, and then 40s after that. Then looks like another chance of rain and snow into next weekend, and then getting colder after that as we drop from the 40s into the 30s. Really no end to the winter cold, Charlie.
No fun either. Thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 6. For more news and more local weather, download our Coast TV News app. The NBC Nightly News is up next, and we'll see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 11. Have a great evening.